Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Strv 74. It's the tier 6 Swedish medium tank, and we're located on the south spawn of Live Oaks. Now the name of the commander is Milestone 77, and he kindly sent this replay in for us to see how this medium tank gets on. Okay, battle has commenced. Okay, we've got our first opponents, and he's coming up to this ridgeline, which is a well-used place, and the enemy will know that. There's a Jagdpanther over there. He fires a round out, so he would have been seen. Fires another round, pulls back. Good decision. The thing is that with this ridgeline, it's focused by a lot of tank destroyers. If you pop up and stay up too long, they will hit you. So you don't want to stay up too long. Strv M4257, that's the premium autoloader. Fires another round in. He's using that tree for cover, but he would have been spotted, or should have been spotted by now, unless of course the enemy's not looking. Well, that Jagdpanther's supposed to be there. Maybe he couldn't see from below the ridgeline. He fires around at the SPIC. Now he was spotted that time, so obviously he does have sixth sense, and he wasn't being spotted the previous times. Now there's a T-34-85 off to his left, and you can see some enemy rounds are coming in at that Jagdpanzer 4, the flat panzer. Okay, there's a T-37 just over the ridgeline. Oh, took a hit there from the Tiger 1, so he is being spotted from here. You'll have to relocate, move away. The Jagdpanzer's gone down. He stayed up there too long. You can't afford to do that on this particular ridgeline. Okay, no, can't see anything. There is two enemies over there, the KV-85, and we know there's a Tiger there as well, because obviously he hit us. There's an IS over there. Can we get shots on them? No, not yet. T-34-100? No, there's the KV-85. Okay, we can see him now. We can get shots on him. Fires him round in, gets a hit. 154, good hit. He's firing standard AP. Pulls up, but takes a hit there from the KV-85 and the 85mm. That's not good. 274 came back from him, and the T-37 is getting very close. In fact, he's proxy spotting at this range, which means anybody who's hiding behind this ridgeline is going to be seen, and that's unfortunate. But there's no Arty in this particular game, so at least they don't have to worry about Arty shells coming inbound. But we just lost one of our own tanks there, the A43, so he's pulling away. Try and get some distance between him and the enemy. They'll proxy spot for him, and he can shoot at them with impunity from back here. It's very odd that he's going to the back of the map. He can shoot from here, but oh, he got a shot there into the T-34-100. 182, that was a good hit. He's firing on the move. He is still getting hits though. Fires another round at the T-34-100, but no, that one doesn't hit. It's very odd that he's hiding here at the back of the map, but maybe he perceived that that T-34-100 was going to be a bigger problem. And he's lost most of his teammates up in that corner. He's about to lose that T-29 because they're going to get rushed by the Tiger and the T-34-85 as well as the T-34-100. Maybe he realised that. Well, he can take a shot at the IS, but at this range it's not going to do much. No, it's just going to bounce off. It's not going to penetrate. And he's been seen, and the IS is about to hit him. He needs to get back behind cover. Okay, he's unspotted now, but the enemy has now got a free route to get to the cap. So he's going to have to take a defensive position and attack them as they come towards the cap. Unfortunately, the attack up the railway line seems to have faltered, and the enemy has killed all of his team in the city have gone. There's only the AMX-12 spotting in the centre of the map, and it appears that Milestone 77, rather than fighting, is actually running away. He's not trying to fight the T-34-100, he's actually trying to get out of its way. But he is chasing, he's not trying to cap it all. But that T-34-100 is going to come into sight very shortly, and he knows that, so he's actually turned his turret to the rear whilst flicking around to have a quick look to see where he's driving. There's the T-34. Okay, can engage it on a one-on-one basis and gets a nice hit there, 138 hit points, and ducks below the ridge line to avoid the return fire. And the T-34-100 is receiving fire, I think, from the AMX-12 ton. Pretty sure. There's the IS, so he gets a good hit there, 147. So maybe what he was actually doing was relocating to make the terrain more favourable to him on a one-on-one basis. Rather than have a whole group of tanks hitting him at once, he can actually take them on individually from here. And that T-34 was popping up to try and get a shot, so he's ducked below this ridge line next to the water in the dip. And there's a Spic nearby, that's the problem. But he's hoping that one of them will come up at a time. Now, the IS is a one-shot. I think the T-34 could probably take more than one hit before he dies. But if that IS comes up, he can finish him. And he does. 73. Got him on a one-on-one basis. So it worked. Okay, can use the dip to take on these enemy. But if the enemy are smart, what they'll do is they'll try and come over all at once. In which case there's no chance of him surviving. But he gets a shot into the Spic. And he has got a teammate to help him here, an SU-100. And the T-34-100 is engaging him and has fired. So now he can come up and finish off this T-34-100, and he does! So that worked as well. He distracted the T-34-100 at the expense of his teammate, of course. But now he's got to deal with the KV-85 and the Spic, and they're coming at the KV-85 is coming from the opposite direction. The SU-100, as we know, is Pizdet Simu, the tank that will kill just about anything. Unfortunately, we lost the SU-100, but he ram kills the Spic. So he's now got 3 kills, and it's 1 against 5. So he's on for a Kolobanov if he can survive the battle. And that Spic was actually a higher tier vehicle than himself. There's the KV-85. Gets 1 round in, and he's got a fire. And that was a premium extinguisher went off, but he took a massive hit, 292, and he's now a one-shot, 184 hit points left. So he's in a rather awkward position. There's nobody behind him. The enemy are capping. The KV-85 is blocking his route back. He's going to have to deal with that tank. Best thing he can do at the moment is get below the ridgeline, wait for the KV-84 to commit, KV-85 to commit himself, and then fire at him whilst he's got the advantage. But I don't think the KV-85 is going to do that. I think the KV-85 is just going to guard the dip and prevent Milestone 77 from returning to his own cap. Yes, that's exactly what he's doing, and in fact actually he's now been joined by T-34-85, and although he fires around at that one, he can't get back to his own cap, so they are going to cap out, unless of course they kill him. He's now making a run to see if he can get up to the point where he can actually cross back to his own cap across the water. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that, but he's being chased by the T-34-85 who fires at him. And he gets a hit in, but he receives a hit for 173, but the KV-85 was in a position to take him out using the spotting of the T-34-85, and that's the end of the game, I'm afraid. It was a good try indeed. In fact, I actually now understand what he was trying to do. It appears that Milestone 77 was actually trying to make the engagement one-on-one all the way along, and that's why he retreated from the cap. If he'd actually stayed at the cap to try and defend it, he would have been 1 against 3 or 4 tanks simultaneously. So by running away, he actually made the enemy chase after him, and by doing that, he could engage them one at a time. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, he managed to get a first-class tanker out of that battle, so it was quite a good engagement. He also picked up a Kamikaze medal for actually taking out the Spic by ramming him. He picked up a Fire for Effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 7, and he got an Oskin's medal, and that's for killing 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank in one battle, and they must be at least 1 tier higher than him, so he kills superior tanks with an inferior tank during that battle. And the win rate he managed to get was 5515, and that's good as well. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, he got 2075 hit points of damage, which is highest on his team. And in fact, actually, it's higher than the enemy team as well, for that matter. So you've got to wonder why he didn't actually pick up the high caliber on that battle. But I suppose that might not be 20% of the enemy hit points, and that's probably why he didn't get the high caliber. But he did pick up 3 kills, which is the highest on his team, but not higher than the Jagdpanther, who managed to get 5. And he was actually taking shots at the enemy that were on that ridgeline. And he picked up 614 base XP, which is better than all but 4 of the enemy team. So he did very, very well. He fired 26 rounds, got 17 direct hits, 14 penetrations, damage of 2075 hit points, of which 641 were up more than 300 meters. He received 5 hits during that battle. 4 were penetrations, 1 was a non-penetration. He damaged 6 of the enemy, but killed 3 of them, and he did 81 hit points of damage assistance. On a standard account, he earned 21,935 credits. He got 3,239 credits extra for Courageous Resistance, and that's for getting the Oskin's medal, because he scored an epic medal on a losing team. So his total came to 25,174, and after repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, he still came out with a profit of 10,004 credits. He received 3 bonds for that Oskin's medal, so that's a good reward, and I think that might be as well for the Kamikaze. I'm not sure if you get bonds for that, but certainly he earned 614 base experience points, and he got a Courageous Resistance award there for 352, bringing his total to 966, and that's a decent to take away from a losing battle anyway. I'm afraid, yes, it wasn't a very good team. That's the problem. The rest of your team faded away, and they basically got hit for silly reasons, like that Jagdpanther, or the Flat Panzer rather, who sat up on that ridgeline and let the enemy put holes into him, and he really should have pulled away just like you did the moment you've been spotted. But you did do something very interesting, which I will take away from this battle, is actually when you're in a losing battle, it's to your advantage if you can make the enemy engage you one-on-one rather than all together at the same time. So sometimes retreating can actually work to your advantage, because then you can engage the enemy where you've got an advantage, and the Strv does have an advantage with a decent gun and decent penetration. And then that will pay off in the long run, because then you'll be able to take out the enemy one by one. So good battle, Milestone77, and thanks for sending in the replay. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replays that I'll be featuring in the next video.